Welcome back to another episode of the CPE Podcast Season 2, baby. I am your host, as usual, Chief Chris.
What's going on, it's Jay. Welcome back.
Yo, it's the emotion. Waterfall Bill.
Studio and make the greatest song of all time.
What's going on, CPE gang? Welcome back to another episode of the CPE Podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Chief Chris, aka the Creator of Chaos, aka Mr. I Don't Give a Fuck, aka the Bronx Bushido, aka Hollywood Chief, aka the Chief of Liberty. You heard
What
me?
else?
AKA
Oh my
Editor
God.
Chief. You heard me? Stop playing with me. I am the
Bushido
co-host,
Bronx.
Chief Curry, Chief Curry, you know what I'm saying? And I am joined as usual, by my co-host. Take it away, gentlemen. Let the people know who the fuck you be.
Yo, what's going on, it's Jay. Welcome back. I'm outside again. It's about to be my new spot.
Igloo J in
Because
the
at least I can
house.
smoke out here. But yeah, I'm getting over COVID. So if y'all see me hit my inhaler after I smoke, don't talk shit.
I'm going to. Just because you told me not to.
Yo, I like that new nickname, Igloo J.
As soon as he hit that inhaler, 1 to the 2, 2 to the 3, then you got him.
Flu J, Flu Jordan. Yo, Flu Game Jordan.
Yeah.
There you go. It's game 7 right there.
Bald guy.
Game 6. Jordan ain't never went to a game 7.
Best eight ball on the internet.
Oh, that's crazy.
He got the
100
best 8
milligrams,
balls
same
on the internet.
Let's get it popping.
And today we are joined by a special guest. Listen, man, this guy, I've been rocking with this guy for a few years now. You know what I'm saying? We go back since our Joe Budden podcast days.
Yeah.
Also recently done an interview with him earlier this year, man. I want you guys to go check that out. He was actually my very first interviewee. My boy Don,
Yes.
aka Mob Trey. Welcome to the podcast, brother. Yo, introduce yourself, bro, and let the people know all about your work and everything.
It's a pleasure. They call me the Don. So nice when they talk about me. It sounds oxymoronical. My mama's prodigal son. For my brothers not to starve, I share all of my crumbs. The barking of guns, my response to y'all harming the one. Love this man to death.
Let's go.
Love this man to death. Glad he invited me back. I got some shit to talk this time. Last time I was in business mode. I want to kick it.
Yeah, that's what we here to do today, man. We here to kick it, talk some shit, smoke some gas, and talk some trash.
Yeah.
Podcast, man. And with that being said, let me go ahead and hit this.
You damned if you do, you can't please everybody. When I learned I can't please everybody, my life was great. I don't care what you think about me. Yeah, you wash, get out of here, suck my dick. I don't care, no homo. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Because you can't let the world dictate who you are.
And that's a fact. And that's why we are the CPE podcast. We can't please everybody, and we don't aim to please everybody. We just here to smoke some gas and talk some trash. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, gentlemen, y'all know how we started off over here at the show. We like to get into our new music first and foremost for the week, but not a lot has really come out of new music wise. So before we really dive into what just dropped recently, Mob, you are our guest today, bro. So I want to know from your perspective, what are you listening to right now? What's hot to you in the streets? And have you checked out anything recently that just dropped?
I've been listening to pretty much everything that dropped. I don't want to talk too much about the Andre 3000 album, even though I enjoy it for what it is. I want to tie into what you started on. We're not really caring about hurting somebody's feelings. I want to talk about the power of hurting feelings because the thing I've been listening to the most recently has actually been that Scary Hours 3. I've actually been listening to that a lot. And here's where I stand in terms of hurting people's feelings. Sometimes you don't know how powerful you are if you can't hurt a bunch of people's feelings at once. That Drake album, he rapped his ass off for all 7 records. And it's been dead ass quiet because a couple people that people had asked to shut up. Nobody talking about that album. But everybody was talking about how much they disliked Joe Budden's opinion on the one right before it.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed a trend here. If there's somebody who ain't powerful saying something, then nobody's saying anything. Drake ain't really moving the needle like people say outside of the numbers. People don't discuss him. People discuss the people who discuss him.
Oh shit, my nigga came to pod. My nigga here to pod. Let's fucking go.
Let's be real. Name the last song that Drake put out that had people say something.
Yeah, it gotta be 20.
You know what? Because I can tell you when it was. And it was quiet when they said this. It was Bridal Path. And the only reason that it was Bridal Path was because, one, every time he's named a song after a place and time, they know what time it is. He's about to say something on it. And two, because it was a Kanye diss. You take the Kanye diss out of it, they would have shut the fuck up. Because, you know why? Because the very next time stamp, it was supposed to be a moment. He had a conductor beat. The only reason they were talking about it is because it was the song right before the album dropped. And then as soon as the album dropped, nobody discussed the song after the reviews. Let's talk about it. They're mad about the fact that they agree with opinion. But until the opinion is out there, no one's talking.
Hold on 1 second, bro. You chopping up.
I chopped up? My fault. Probably because I was yelling. My bad.
You good. Like,
yeah. But basically what I'm saying is this. Until someone gives an opinion with some power, there's not a conversation, because when you left to just speak for yourself, no one wants to jump in front of the bullet. People love watching album reviews, especially same-day reviews, not because they care about these niggas' opinion, but because they need an opinion to go with before they actually click play their damn self.
That's a fact. And you know what? And with that being said, though, let me just jump in real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me tag myself in, bro, if you don't mind. You know what I'm saying? So,
talk to me.
What we're talking about right there, we're not actually talking about avid hip hop listeners.
Of course not.
Because the avid hip hop listener, they do their due diligence and go back and listen to the proper hip hop that needs to be broadcast. You know what I'm saying? You only have the casuals, and I think Dan, you was the one that was saying this last episode, right? When we talk about casual hip hoppers.
Yep.
You know, and this is a great thing to start with, you know, because this right here, and this is actually going to lead into the first hip hop album that I want to discuss for today that recently just dropped, which is AZ's project, you know. And this is something for me. I think that a lot of people probably missed them because they're not real hip hoppers. You know what I mean?
Facts.
They're the ones that come in and they look for the Drake trending song. You know, they look for the trending fucking Trippy Red. They look for the trending Kodak. They look for you know, all of the young people
they
like
only
that.
See the shit that has a check behind it. They only see the shit that immediately has a check behind it.
They don't check for the real pioneers of hip hop. You know, it's such as when it comes to AZ, you know. But before we go any further along with any of this stuff, man, I want to go ahead and hit my musical intro for the people out there real quick, and then we really get down in it, because I have this new the first single of AZ's off of AZ's album featuring Fat Joe that's in this mix. So I wanted to play that so we could discuss. Yeah, all right, man. Let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Let's get right to it, yo. We gonna start with
that shit was trash.
Yo, let's be honest now. Let's be honest.
What?
That's how you feel,
The hook
Dan?
was whack. Fat Joe was whack. AZ's verse was, good. It was regular.
Where you from? Hold on, where you from?
Queens, New York.
Oh, Queens? Are you from Queens? How old? How old?
Me? I'm 35.
35? From Queens. Okay. You were a 50 guy, weren't you?
What do you mean?
I think everybody was a 50 guy.
I got every AZ album
There's a
CD.
difference. There were some people who were not in 50's corner. Now, it was a very small pocket. But if you were big on 50, especially in your age group, it's fuck Nas and it's fuck Fat Joe.
Nah, that's stupid. Fuck Fat Joe, though. Fat Joe's whack.
Nah, he fucks with Nas, though.
That verse, I'll put it like this. Even if I felt that way about Joe, that verse, I don't know.
It's a regular Fat Joe verse. It's okay.
Okay. I've never heard. I'm not used to hearing Fat Joe rap like that.
I mean,
maybe old Fat Joe, Joey Crack, Terror Squad era, early 2000s, before he started fucking with Dre and the production increased. Yes, back then. That's how he used to.
But
think that's why I fuck with it. It's refreshing.
Well, also, Fat Joe had a decent verse on the Trill Static album with Bun B and Static Selector. His verse on West Side Guns, Halo vs. Hermes 6, that shit was good.
I get what you're saying. He's been on a decent verse spree for a while. I give you that.
He's okay. He's okay. But
I'll
after the
I'll
recent
take
things he
okay
was
over
saying,
dirt. I'll take okay over dirt. That's all I'll say. I'll take okay over dirt.
I was being a little feisty, you know, just because
Yeah,
the song
that's all.
the song let
It
me down
felt
a little
visceral.
bit. The hook was kind of
That felt
whack.
visceral. I thought Joey Crack did something to you, bro.
No. Fat Joe lied about 95% of his raps, so he never did anything. So it's okay.
I won't lie.
I mean,
I saw that and I was so embarrassed at first, but then I was super proud because the very next thing in my head was ETSG on Rap Genius explaining his bars. I'm like, hell no, these niggas just not trying to go out like Jimmy Iovine. These niggas is not going down like Irv Gotti.
You feel me? No
I can't
Rico over
even be
here,
mad
my
at him
nigga. No
saying
feds, none of that.
I can't even be mad at him saying, even if I don't think he telling the truth there, even if I think that's a lie, I think that lie is one of the littest lies in the world.
And I stand with you on that one because I mean, and the reason why he came out and said that, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I stand with him on that, because Free Thugger, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why he said it. This was going on. This was during the course of.
I can't tell you I live my lyrics while lyrics are about to throw a man's life away. I can't tell you I live my lyrics now, especially. No, on top of that, think about it. On top of that, think about Joey Crack's actual recorded, documented history. Think about his interviews on Drink Champs and his interviews on Math Hoffa shit, right? If that guy coincides with the songs and he's talking about thuggish shit, yeah. Like he said, there's not a jail tall enough to put him in. I can't tell you I live my lyrics right now, and here's why.
So we're just gonna let people completely lie on music, pretend they're from this, that, and the third, then go on interviews and then kind of fucking say, yeah, I did all that. And then now it's okay for you to be like, no, I was lying the whole time. Like, stand on the shit you say, because if not, then you should have never said any of this shit. You want to be on DJ Friday, say you did some shit back and then. You're the dumbass.
To me, these are opposite ends. To me, those are opposite ends because you're right. To me, those are opposite ends. If you did not live it, then you get on your songs lying about living it until you get in trouble. I think that is very much so dumb because now you're trying to convince people that this person you're not is a real person and you're getting yourself in trouble. That's stupid as fuck. Me actually living it, then telling you to go find it, that's equally stupid. Now I need to lie. My point is I'm from the speaking in codes era. Niggas didn't know what Jay was talking about if they wasn't living it. He used to dry snitch in his music a lot. Now he can just say, I told you how I came up because the same basic idea was constant. I'm okay with saying, yo, the street shit was a lie, but if you take this and add it to this, think about the Jason, and I'm not a Jason Tate guy. I am not a Tate guy. Fuck him, he belongs in jail. His whole defense was, yeah, I taught people how to pimp, but you can't prove I pimped anybody.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And to an extent, you still paying him because if you use what he taught you to go get hoes, you pay him to learn how to get hoes. You still paying him whenever you pay the whore.
True.
So yes, I'm gonna lie and say I ain't do that shit.
See, like I said before, man, I feel where he coming from with that shit because you know everything that's going on with Thugs trying not like they trying to change whole Thugs his whole name and YSL. No, Your Honor, it's a clothing brand.
I love it. Like, in terms of the core of hip hop, I don't like when I can hear in your lyrics you lying. So I get his point. If I can hear in your raps you full of shit, I already don't like your music. So I feel where he coming from. He don't like Joe. Like I think you disliked Joe before this, correct? Like you didn't think he was very good before that.
It's not that I dislike Joe. He's an okay rapper. He usually chooses decent to good production. Yeah. Even on a bunch of classics. Like
you just think he's mid. Joe. He doesn't belong his legendary status.
No, it's that some of these rappers go on interviews and do this and do that and make really slimy moves and to say some stupid ass shit. And I hate that shit. Like you're a grown man. Like, stop being stupid. I don't like that shit, you know? And Fat Joe's not really like a model citizen or a model person to be like, well, I'm going to defend this guy. No, you're a fucking dumbass.
I got you. If it comes down to integrity, I feel you. Which is why it's kind of fuck all of them outside of the music in general anyway, because I have no idea who any of these people are, if they're good or bad, regardless of what they do for their community.
Well,
It's too much to go in on the defense mechanism. I can't defend them. When it comes to me saying this is this person's character, even if I do believe the records, I got to say fuck this person because it's not that deep. I don't know him.
But you know what my issue is? My issue is that we know you're not being literal when you say you caught this many bodies, sold this much shit, and did this with fucking Pablo Escobar.
We know that's exaggeration.
Art has exaggeration in it every medium. That's not new, you know? So all he has to do is say, you know, I was in those, I came up around that, but I didn't really live every single word I said word for word. But you come out and say 95% of a lie. I'm a family man. Was you a family man when you were running with Pistol Pete 20 years ago or whatever?
Yeah, I get you. It comes off corny because we know you lying. I get it. You're not even upset. You're not even upset at what he lied about. You're upset that we know he's lying.
But like, come on. Or like
Fresh Montana. Because we know you lying. I get you. We saw that.
What did Fresh Montana say Coke stands for?
Exactly.
Summon kings everywhere. Like
yeah. See what I'm saying? When we know
series,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that he's lying, but the fact that it's corny lies. He's not even doing it right. I get that. I respect that.
So much better. You could word it so much better. Even when Meek Mill with the shit he did last month. Just word it better. Come on, better. You know, like I'm not mad he's doing it like to protect himself. I'm not mad why he's lying.
He could have protected his own reputation better. You're right.
Especially when it comes to his core fans, because his core fans, like Dan just said, like, nigga, we seen this. We know you. Like, what are we? Yeah. Especially New Yorkers like me and Dan. Like, we grew up around these type of. We, like to other people.
Terror
like,
Squad was a menace back in the day. You heard all the stories,
bro. Dog, them and Rough Riders. I know.
Rough Riders, all that shit, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people hear about it, but it's different from living in it. You know what I'm saying? And we lived in that era with the Cold Crush and all of them. Like,
we know what Melly would have done if he saw Eminem before he went in the studio and make that awful diss. Eminem would have been hurt physically. We know what would have happened. And that's why I get you. It's corny that you're lying in a way that anybody who really can just go back in time and look knows you're lying. You didn't even play it off in a realistic way. You know what I'm saying? So I give you that. That did come across corny.
You know what it is too? People are saying like he's trying to avoid getting like, Young Thug and Rico and shit. I don't think it's that. I think that's way past the statute of limitations anyway. I think he just if you see the Fat Joe the last 3-4 years, he's been like everywhere, right? So I think he's putting just himself in a platform where he's gonna either, fuck with politics or just be in higher, like, legal places like that, and higher places of office and shit. So I think that's what he's aiming to do.
Trying to scrub his reputation of everything he did in the streets because he wants to go political, that makes it even more corny. I get you. Because Jay didn't have to do that.
The interview was with Gayle King, right? Like, like the audience you're talking to, So he's trying to like
you're whitewashing. You're doing exactly what they said you're acting exactly how they thought you were in your neighborhood when they used to call you white. Like now you're actually playing into a stereotype you were against at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, girls call me
that's corny. That is corny. I give you that.
Not because
that's mad corny. That's mad corny. I give you that. That's mad corny when you put it in that perspective.
Which is fine. Like, you're in a different age. You're in a different money bracket. Like you're doing this. You don't care about what people think about you. That's 100% fine. I'm still
lying to our faces.
What it is, though.
Yeah, but lying to our faces like we didn't grow up with you. Like we don't remember. All jealous one still envy. Like, come on, bro. We remember.
But you know what's the point too? When you have these type of rappers who came up with a criminal background like that, I don't expect them to have morals. So him doing this shit for his own benefit, I'm not even mad. That's who he is. Jay-Z being a full capitalist and just doing what's best for him. I'm not mad at that. That's who they are. That's who they show who they are. So I'm not even like
that's ultimately why I forgave it. That's ultimately why I forgave it initially, because I knew it was just a capitalist move at play. And I'm okay. And I'm okay with doing what's going to get you the best end result, either by protecting you or feeding you. But then when I look at what you saw behind it at a real nigga aspect, I was never going to be disagreeing with you. But then you brought up a bunch of shit that makes it hard not to think it's corny.
And listen, he's doing what he has to do today to be here for the next 10 years. So that's why he's doing it. We get it. He's trying to
Mandela affect niggas. He's trying to Mandela affect niggas.
That's just funny.
Man, yo, y'all motherfuckers was just going, man. But let's go ahead
Well,
and get back.
it's the same thing when we talk shit about Pusha T. You know, they're like, oh, he didn't sell those breaks, he didn't do all that. But when you're the rapper from where you're from, you're not talking everything first person point of view. You're talking about the people that are around you that you see do some shit, and you put that into your shit. You know, that's part of what it is. Biggie with Everyday Struggle, he's talking about his mans who owned the pizza shop or some shit.
A lot of these rappers openly admit that they wasn't in the street; they was protected by gangsters.
Yeah, but
a lot of the old rappers openly admitted it.
You can play ball, you can rap, do that, don't do this.
I'm about to say, there's even athletes like that. That was like, nah, you not in the street.
Allen Iverson was a street nigga. That nigga was funded. Niggas, he was in the front row getting cornrow. Quit playing with me. That was a street nigga.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
That was a street nigga.
Yo, that's some hood shit too, though, man. Shout out to Allen Iverson mama.
And that was his mama. That's extra gangster.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shout out to the mama too. Like, mama said, yo, hold on, baby. I ain't gonna have you on TV like that. Let me get you right real quick. Well, how much time we got?
Drop 27 that game. Drop 27 that game.
Oh man, but hold on. Like I said, let's get back into the music, man, because y'all boys to a whole. But listen, I love it. That's what we here to do. We here to pod, and let's get it. So how did you feel about the record though, Jay? Let me ask you, man, now, because you're more newer to AZ because you're just now finding out about him and everything like that. So Jordan's younger than us, Trey. So you know he's
I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be mad because like most of the people I kick it with these days are 5 years younger, just so I can stay close to the pulse of like Sonics, where people want their production to be at. So I'm used to hearing the opinion of people who don't connect with classic New York flow. I'm ready for whatever somebody under than 27 says. I'm used to it.
Nah, Jordan's past 27.
I ain't under 27.
Yeah, he just turned 30.
Okay, no. Then if it's just not being familiar with AZ, then I can probably still understand it. I want to hear what he says.
Nah, it was all right. It was pretty good. The first song was good. Fat Joe, I'm not a big fan of Fat Joe, so the second song was all right.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even realize that was Fat Joe rapping until y'all said it.
Yo, crack.
Voice wise, it don't sound familiar.
My girl BBL.
You heard
that shit was
the BBL line. I won't lie. That one I did not like. That line upset me. That was the one line I didn't like.
Because no one ever like the way he forced to spell REAL to rhyme with BBL was so lame.
Yes.
Like usually when he spells something, it's just to make it sound hot right before you say whatever else. But he like used that just to forward the punchline, which is like, all right.
I did that way better. I did that way better. I said, real hitters get free from jail. You pay for their CDL. I'll be damned if my LLC purchase a BBL.
See, like that. That's exactly how you do it. You see? And he's not using the spelling as a crutch to do the punchline.
Yeah. I will say this. He had some decent lines in there, but that one I could tell he forced it because he didn't know what else to say.
Yeah. Listen, Fat Joe, as long as he was okay, we're not mad.
When you break it apart piece by piece, of course, it wasn't a perfect verse. Yeah, I wasn't expecting a verse better than AZ's because I feel like that verse still outdid AZ. Yeah. That's probably all I'm judging it by. And my only issue with that is because it's a good record and it's what I expect from AZ, but I felt like for whatever reason, maybe because of the tempo of it, because I know he's used to rapping over halftime, but that same pace, it felt like he was falling into pockets awkwardly. Like it rhymed beautifully, but it didn't sound like he really know where he wanted to fit in.
Yeah, just a little more energy. The hook could have been better.
Yeah. The hook was a call. The hook was a call back to a song he did with Nas back in the day, "Flyest Gangster."
Yeah, the Flyest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what that was intentionally a call back to.
I didn't love her voice, and could have been just a little. Could have popped a little bit more, because
that was the main thing I was gonna say too. Yeah, that was the main thing I was gonna say too. It sounds like it doesn't really sound like a single to me. If I'm being honest with you, it sounds like a B-side.
It's a third single.
It sounds like a B-side.
It was the first one.
The first single was "Go," and then he had a second single.
Goat, remember, Goat was a single.
Yeah, Goat was fire.
Goat was definitely a single. This one doesn't sound like a single. It sounds like a B-side. Because when that hook came in, there should have been more layers to her voice, and there should have been an instrumental included, like something to set it apart from the rest of the beat. It literally sounds like a B-side song.
Well, especially when you're making a song with like R&B hook, like you want it to pop. We want people to
There's
be
not
like,
enough
oh,
energy to that.
you know?
They could at least did the
Yeah.
water effect, clear it out the way for her, do it right.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. If I'm judging it as a single, this sounds like the song that they should have put out first as the street record that they weren't gonna put money in before GOAT.
Yeah, because Go is fire.
That's
Yeah.
Goat is fire. Goat is fire.
Go is
I think we
fire.
played that on this on the
Yeah.
spot, right?
I
Yeah.
was posting that shit everywhere. I'm like, oh shit, AZ's back. Then the
That
last
motherfucker
single
was
was like, he's
crazy.
not.
That's what
But
I
all
have
right,
been
so
waiting
overall,
for.
how did you feel about the album though? Did you got anybody else listen to the album? I listened to the album from beginning to end. So before I throw it to you guys, let me just say this much about it.
Talk to me.
I really do love the album because it's what I would expect from a 50-year-old AZ. You feel me? He gave me what I'm used to. It was fully produced by Buck Wild, you know.
Shout out to Buck Wild. Yeah,
Shout out to
That's
Buck
like
Wild, exactly. You know, that's a great, connection between the two of them. And I even liked what he said about the whole linking up with a producer and just locking in with just that one producer. I think a lot of other artists should do stuff like that. Another one I want to speak about too, little after we finish the AZ is Conway and Conductor. They just dropped an album too. But
I
yeah,
haven't
like
heard that. I need it.
you haven't heard it yet, man. It's
I
pretty
haven't
good.
heard that yet. I need it.
Yeah. And
But I'm gonna lie. Go ahead.
Did you hear it, Dan?
Nah, we're listening to all the 2018 albums to like make sure the list is good.
You getting ready?
I gotta pay attention to this year's fucking albums too, so I gotta peep that shit this week for sure.
Yeah,
I heard
man.
Conductor
Yeah,
and Conway. I am sold.
He said that's all I needed to hear.
Conductor and Conway, nigga. Oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the rest of my Sunday.
But yeah, so like I said though, AZ he gave me what I wanted on that album. But also just shout out to him, shout out to a lot of the people that was affiliated with the firm who it feels like they're all starting to have a resurgence in the community. Cormega getting his very first platinum plaque, you know, recently. And he got a gold plaque also for realness. So shout out to
That's crazy.
That's a classic album right there, the realness,
Facts.
you know. So shout out to all of these pioneer guys, you know, and they're having a resurgence, you know. This has been a year to celebrate a lot of our pioneers, you know, and that's another reason why me and Dan we just started our other show on YouTube. Make sure you guys go run those numbers up. Called What a Year, where we in celebration of 50,000. I mean, I said 50 years of hip hop. Sorry, I'm high, yo.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Pour your shit out.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I also want to get into that later, but yeah, man. So 50 years of hip hop, beautiful thing right now. So we just going back and revisiting each year and giving our top albums for each year. But yeah, so like I was saying, so Mega, AZ, Foxy just announced recently that she's about to come out with something. So I'm interested.
She's wilding, bro. She's wilding. She said, I'm gonna have the biggest comeback.
Yeah, that was a reason.
Wow.
I could see her getting big name producers and big name features. I could see that happening, but she has to hold her own end on that shit too. And she didn't do great on the Firm song with on Nas's album.
She didn't do terrible.
Foxy not terrible. Yeah, you're right. So I'm trepidatious on that, you know.
Yeah, the full circle
right now. No hate involved.
I love Foxy Brown
right now. Foxy not gonna do that. Foxy not gonna do that. I thought you was trying to make a joke about, you know, her getting buzzed down when you said the biggest comeback. I thought you was violating, but she is not going to have a bigger summer than a lot of the guys coming back. There's no way she's outdoing the Firm, and it's only because, no disrespect intended, just being honest as an MC. She's not gonna be able to carry her own behind even the best of production. People didn't check for Foxy. It's real niggas who check for Foxy Brown. It was real niggas who checked for Foxy Brown. And the real niggas not gonna come outside for a Foxy Brown today because it's not the same pins behind her.
That's true too.
That's the problem. The girlie's not gonna check for her. She's one of our legends, like him.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of their legends are people like Queen Latifah who transitioned into other shit gracefully. Our legends are the ones that still was street recognized. Like a Foxy return is for us. And I don't think we believe in Foxy on her own in the hip hop community.
Nicki Minaj brought her out in some shows, so I mean, that could help, give her some eyes,
That definitely can help. If she gets a Nicki Minaj feature and the song does well enough, that's gonna project on the album.
Yeah.
So you're right.
There's a lot of what ifs. There's a lot of what ifs.
Yes. If Foxy and her, if she gets a Nicki Minaj, if she gets the Nicki Minaj rub, she'll at least get a top 50 Billboard record. I'll give her that.
And let's not count the if it's a single or not, and then she gets a video with it.
Yes,
like that's
like she needs that.
See. Okay, y'all making it sound like I hated when I said top 50. I said top 50, implying it's the single with the video.
Exactly.
Oh
yeah.
no! I'm just adding that also. No, I'm adding
what y'all was saying. Okay, I thought y'all was saying that even if it's just a record on the album, it's gonna be that big, and if she gets that, it's gonna be top 10. I was gonna be like, I'm sorry, but Nicki ain't like that no more.
That's true. I mean,
the 50 is asking a lot. Yeah, the 50 is asking a lot.
It depends on what Nicki you finna get. So.
I put it like this. The Barbie world Nicki was Nicki trying to get one, and it only got there because of what it was attached to, not because of Nicki. Then her and Lotto had a dog fight. Then her and Lotto had the dog fight for it when there was no other real competition on the pop rap side. She's not getting top 50 on the hip hop side no more. She's having to go to the pop side. That's the only reason she got nominated for that, because they took her out of rap just to have her in the nominees. They think that she wasn't really going to beat Lotto either way.
She complained about it because Lotto was nominated, and then she's like, but what we do is the same shit. So, like, what's up?
And it's right, and she's right. That song should have been in pop too, but Lotto is known for rapping, so they put her over there while Nicki had already crossed over. That was Nicki was only mad about the fact that she wasn't in that because of it being her last chance of getting one. But realistically, she was not beating Lotto.
No. Lotto had a big summer. Lotto had a huge summer, and
she made it seem like she got jerked, but no, Lotto organically won anyway. You would have still only got second place, and then you would have to fake hug her.
It's crazy how Nicki just can't be like, you know what, you got that.
But she don't like nobody who take off on her.
She don't like nobody.
She don't like when nobody take off on her. She instantly got on Cardi B ass. She instantly got on Meg ass.
She looked like the mad auntie who got like,
bro.
Mad auntie who like,
oh
the
man,
niece.
Her BBL got flat tires.
Bro, that shit pop, remember?
Shit.
That shit pop. That shit's crazy.
The tires pop, bro.
Shout out to Meek Mill. She turned Meek Mill to a drug abuser.
Bro. I told you,
Eric, put that on Meek, yo.
Nah, I'm not gonna put that solely on Nicki. I'm not gonna put that solely on Nicki. I'm not gonna put that solely on Nicki because Nicki is still probably the most famous female rapper of all time. I'm not gonna take nothing that Nicki is away from her, but she is not letting it go gracefully. That's her biggest issue.
That is the biggest issue.
Hold on. You think she's more famous than Lauryn Hill?
I don't consider Lauryn Hill strictly rap because Lauryn Hill solo work is R&B.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, I get it. Well, Nicki.
Lauren transcends that.
I consider Lauryn Hill a hip hop legend. I consider Lauryn Hill a hip hop legend, and I consider her probably the most influential female rapper ever, even with just one solo album. I, however, think what she is transcends hip hop. I think her fan base give a fuck about her outside of us, and she'll talk to more neo soul people, but hip hop people still come for her.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. That's the only difference. If you're talking about which one of them is straight up more famous, there's definitely a debate. Lauryn Hill is more famous than Nicki. I'm not gonna take that from you.
No, I was just asking. I'm not saying she is or isn't.
There's a debate there. There is a debate. I don't know which one I would consider more famous because they both are arena acts. I'll say if Lauryn Hill is not more famous, the fact that she's more scarce and it's harder to get a show out of her, her ticket is just as, if not more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just went to go see Lauryn Hill recently, like about a month ago. And bro, that shit was amazing, man. And,
I believe that.
A lot of people have been complaining about their shows, but listen, sucks to be she was on time of my show, and she did a hell of a job.
That's crazy.
She got on stage after telling the people complaining about her being late to suck my dick, and then brought out the Fugees.
Yeah,
bro.
And she brought She brought out the Fed Pros also, just to let y'all know.
Yes,
She
that's
got
what I
government
mean.
reach.
Like, right, I think this might have been off camera. If it wasn't on camera, we'll bring it back here. This is exactly why I say sometimes fans just got to shut the fuck up and enjoy what they get, because you might not even deserve what you paid for. They don't got to come outside. They can always do that.
This is why I don't fuck with certain artists. This is why I just don't care.
Yeah, but they are obligated though. Once you sign that contract for that venue, you are obligated to come give me a good performance.
I'm not obligated to do it in a timely fashion because I don't know who playing before me, and I don't know how that room is making me react.
No.
The ticket says the show starts at 7. It don't tell you when the fuck I start.
It didn't say when Mob come out, yo. It says show started at 7.
Hold up. This is me telling you about me. I'm on stage before the opening acts just rapping over beats to get the crowd warm for them niggas. I'm telling you who Trey is. That's me, because I'm happy to be on stage to tell niggas, yo, whoever you thought was great would not want to stand next to me. Them niggas full of themselves already. They know that they're paying for something that only they can conduct already. Yeah. So they got the ability to say, yo, I can go home because I got paid by the venue, not y'all niggas. Y'all are paying them their back end. This don't affect me one way or the other. Oh, and y'all aggressive? Oh, I feel endangered. I need to take the next night off. Crowds doing that gives them more reason to not come because they're getting paid to not work in the first place.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, like, as somebody who understands that game, shut the fuck up. They're gonna come on stage if you let them. It might not be in a timely fashion. Y'all might got shit to do today. Hey, they don't know none of that when they signed their contract to go on. They just agreed to go on. Some people take advantage of it. I don't like how Frank Ocean did it, but if you wait for Lauren, you're going to have an amazing night. If you wait for her, she's going to make it worth the wait.
Yeah. Lauren Hill got 40, 50-year-olds standing up for 3 hours. That's crazy.
It is fucked up. It is fucked up. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not fucked up. I'm gonna sit here and say, hey, I'm that powerful that y'all niggas didn't go home.
Exactly. Talk to him.
Y'all paid to be here, and because y'all wanted to see what I do so bad, that investment made you say, I'm waiting till I see you.
Not me, I would have left.
Hey, and that's cool. Here's my opinion on that. Great. Because you got the right to say that's unacceptable and never spend on them again. You as the consumer really dictate the value of your dollar. I have the ability to say I'm worth this much to show up. You got the right to say that's too much money for me to spend to wait this long. Either way, the artist got their paper.
No, that's right.
So I'm with both sides. Y'all have a legitimate argument. It's just not the artist's problem. the people running the venue who paid them to show up didn't give them incentive to pull up on time or perform on time. Some people so big they want it up front. They don't get no back end. Yeah. Lauren, one of the people who signed the deal up front, agree to these dates and cut the shit early. She's done that mad times. So I blame the middleman that the money is getting funneled through more than the artist themselves, because we know the artist at this point. The people who pay them ain't making it worth their time to do it quick.
Okay.
Shout out to Live Nation.
And that might be fucked up. Yeah, in Live Nation garbage. I'm not gonna lie to you. Them niggas have a monopoly. They bought the venues. That's not fair.
They're like the mob now. It's fucking crazy, bro.
They book the best shows and the festivals, but they own the venues too, so no one else can use them.
And then all those fees you pay when you pay online, like, bro.
Them niggas Death Row Records, bro. They won.
Yo, exactly.
Them niggas Death Row, bro.
They're like Madden when they bought the rights to the NFL and nobody else can make NFL games.
Same shit. Fact. It's a monopoly. I really can only eat at a small amount when it comes to smaller venues that are like restaurants or pubs, wedding type venues. I can only get houses up to about 2,000 when I book spots, because the bigger venues that can hold 10, where I might be able to get a couple of extra acts to make sure we fill it out. Live Nation only, and I don't want to sign that contract. I don't want to sign the contract.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I feel you, my nigga. At least you know what you're doing, though. You know what I mean? Well, and that goes for everybody out there. You know. All right, man. Listen, I don't want to go ahead and just stay in new music for too long because we got a lot of shit that we got to cover. I want to get to some of this stuff. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into something real quick that I think that we could just get to this first and then get out of there and move on to other things because I think this one's gonna be pretty heavy. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Diddy right now. You know, so Diddy has agreed to step down as president of Revolt Television. Due to all the accusations that is being thrown at Diddy right now. Not only just this revolt, but I noticed like throughout the week, I noticed he lost a charter school that he was funding. It was like he paid like maybe like $1 million or whatever. I don't know how much money it is, but basically he's been doing it from like I think 2016. You know, so there's a lot of things that people who are affiliated with Diddy are starting to push themselves away from him, distance themselves, you know what I'm saying, which is safe for their brand. And I think that's great for him to do that, especially when you are associated with shows such as Drink Champs, who didn't really come out and say anything, you know, Nori and EFN, you know, as far as, you know, you work with this guy, like, you know, where's your stance on it? You know what I'm saying? And I get both sides of the public, you know what I'm saying? I get Nori and EFN side, and I get the consumer, what we're like, yo, what's up? You down with that nasty shit, you know? Because at the end of the day, we want to know, but also as for them to be safe, they gotta know, like, yo, listen, I ain't saying nothing right now. My lawyers or whatever, they handling all the business shit, and then they all basically agreed for Diddy to step down, which is great. So now everybody else could continue to eat, and Diddy could start go ahead and start facing whatever he's going through with all of these allegations. Because I'm sure now that this all Jordan been saying it. Yo, Jordan, what happened to Diddy? What he missed?
That nigga missing the Illuminati payment, yo.
I'm telling you, my nigga. Missed that Illuminati payment, my nigga, and they are on his head. They say, yo, we ain't protecting you no more, nigga. Like, yo, air this nigga out. And you know, like, yo, but some real shit, all jokes aside, this is where I stand on Diddy, and I'm gonna throw it to you guys and let you guys talk about it. For me, if he did it, get this nigga the fuck out of there. Now, it's the same scenario as it is with Bill Cosby, with R. Kelly, with any of our black icons that we, you know what I'm saying, legends, icons, these figures that, you know, statues for us, you know. If any of these motherfuckers has done anything, and that's not just for my people, that's just for anybody in general, you know what I'm saying? Get them the fuck out of here. So once they prove this information to be true, and maybe not everything that's being said about Diddy is going to be true. It's going to be accurate, you know? But there's no way that all of this shit is a lie. He done did some of this shit, dog. So now that's where I stand. Get this nigga out of there anyway. He done this, and I'm glad everybody's coming out.
Diddy was trying to buy NBC. He's innocent.
I'm not. The only thing I can say on it is this. The only allegation I've read detail on was the Cassie one, and to me, that sounded like she flipped because she wanted more from him than he was ever going to give her. So the story switched from "he won't marry" me to "he mistreated me the entire time." That's the only one that I put my personal sauce on. That's what it sounds like, especially with how quick they settled. I don't care how much he paid. Sometimes it's just a matter of shut the fuck up, because he knew if anyone stepped forward, that would light a fire. Because a lot of people in the Me Too movement, they created a negative repercussion of where if one person says something about you, they think that opens leeway for anybody to say anything about you because you're already persona non grata. So I think because of the fact that Cassie was a big enough name to spark some talk at all, even as fast as they squashed it, that's why all these other people who might not be talking about shit are coming forward. That's me viewing it pedantically. I am like you, though. If he did even 1% of that shit, lock his ass up.
Yeah, lock his ass up.
If he did even 1% of it, never mind that I think he's innocent with Cassie. If even 1% of that other shit is true, lock his ass up. And here's why I know for a fact at least 1% of that shit is true. This is a corroborated story between him, Cameron, and Busta Rhymes. Them niggas used to show each other homemade pornos that they made of each other with staff around. regardless of if the people in the room are consenting, that is making people uncomfortable. Lock his freaky ass up. That's a fact that has been corroborated outside of the whorehouse conversation that Mason Cameron have had, and they were all kicking it at this time.
Mm-hmm.
He's guilty of at least 1% of it, whether the 1% comes forward or not. And he, as well as a bunch of his friends, have corroborated the story without giving names. Lock him up.
And not just him. If you got more of these nasty motherfuckers out there,
I mentioned a couple niggas. Hold up. Did you notice I drove by a couple names? I gave a drive-by of a couple names that should be locked the fuck up.
Yeah, you did. Definitely did. Buster, Cam, no.
Because let's face it, at that time period, when you was pimping, you grabbed them out of high school when they ain't had no parent to protect them. When they was in the whorehouse, them kids definitely could have been teenagers. Joe Budden them didn't want to talk about it, but Melissa Ford was on to something. Lock them niggas up.
Mm. Yeah, I agree with you, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely lock them niggas up.
Mm-hmm. Forgive me for that, but I don't like that. I don't like that type of shit. I've been an uncle most of my life.
Oh, nah, bro. Forgive you for what? No. Maybe you could be asking the listeners who are sensitive about this topic right now because, but I stand with you on that shit. If you did any of that bullshit, lock him the fuck up. Get him the fuck out of there, dog. Like, that's where I stand. I'm not with none of that shit, dog. When it comes to, especially like when we start talking about ages and it starts breaking down to being teenagers and young kids and everything like that. Like, nah, I'm not with none of that shit, dog. Like,
making people feel sexually uncomfortable on purpose in general. Making people feel sexually uncomfortable no matter what their age is fucked up.
Yeah, no, oh yeah, that's definitely true.
You got your staff around feeding y'all food and catering with a porno on a big screen television. You niggas nuts. You telling your homie to watch you give somebody back shots. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Yo.
Lock them niggas up, bro.
Yeah, we should call this episode "Watch Me Give Back Shots."
Who gives a fuck, P Diddy, bro?
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's nasty.
Oh, no, he's nasty.
Like,
everybody's really nasty.
I hate to be the guy to use factual evidence on somebody in a situation where they're like, let's not do it until we have niggas. They said this shit happened. This ain't one that I'm pulling from nobody that's a victim. This is coming from niggas that was just in the room talking about it like they in the locker room.
Mm-hmm. No, and that's what it is too. A lot of people gotta understand, yo. That's why the internet era now is starting to become dangerous too. Because even going to the Fat Joe, going back real quick to Fat Joe, and he was saying that he lying 95% of his wrongs. Somebody posted a gun of that nigga like an hour after that shit. Like, ain't this you? When he was wild, yo, with the AK. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, yo. But anyway,
to his point, you gotta make the lie believable if you're gonna lie to protect yourself. Yeah. You can say, yo, I saw 95% of that and I was around that 95% of my life, but I wasn't actively involved in it nearly as much as I said. You can say that, and then when they pull up with the K, they can just say, oh, he was pump faking. You saying you dead ass lying while
it's a video prop. It's a music video prop. That's it.
I'd punch him if he said that to me in person. Now I know you, because now I believe you, and you got too much money on you to be a punk in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hold on, let's get back to Diddy real quick, yo. So now, so like I was saying, so basically that's where we stand, and I think we've already discussed it enough on this podcast, you know what I'm saying, to pretty much everybody out there knows where we stand when it comes to Diddy shit. But I think if there's anything else you want to add on,
but
Dan,
bro, just a reminder to people coming up, younger people especially, if you're around people who have a lot of power and money, they probably do some heathen ass shit, especially sexually. Yeah. So I don't care if you're a female or a male. Stay away from those people. Unless they seem like they're actually not that fucking crazy. But for the most part, you're around people who got money. You cannot trump money. They'll trump you before you ever can trump them.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Once you got the money to pay for whatever you want, you gonna do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Be careful of the character of them people. You got to be careful of the character.
Imagine you have the best ribeye steak every day of your life. One day you get tired of that shit. You know what I mean? It's
That's
the
true
same shit
too.
with them and sex.
You got enough money to pay for a plane full of bitches.
So is P. Diddy the Harvey Weinstein of the music industry right now?
Bro, what the fuck? Hey,
Hey, Cassie, I'll give you a career, but you gotta be my sex doll. Cause
bro,
yo,
I
Cassie
won't
really
lie.
wasn't that talented, bro.
I've
He made her.
been uncoding a lot of that shit from the get go. R. Kelly was letting people know I'm finna fuck the shit out of Aaliyah since he introduced her, bro. He in the background of an album called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number that he wrote.
Yo, and that's like a serial killer type shit, you know? Like you
He back
leave the
there with
clues right in
shades
front of
on in
people.
broad daylight,
Yeah.
looking at
Yeah.
Aaliyah from around the corner at a high school. Because that picture was taken at the high school.
That's even worse.
Bro, like R. Kelly was telling you exactly who he was.
That's what
Speaking
serial
of which,
killers do,
Dame
bro.
Dash need to be locked up too, because around the time when Aaliyah died, he was talking about how long he had been in a relationship with her. If I remember correctly, at the time in which she died and the time in which he related how long he was with her, yeah, lock his freaky ass up.
Yeah.
She was still young too, right? She was like what?
Exactly. Around the
You're like
time when it
16,
started
yeah.
was right around the time when she stopped working with R. Kelly. Because R. Kelly did her whole first album, then she transitioned
Yep.
for her second. Around that time is around the time period when they was talking about Timberland being in the picture. She was like 16, 17 still. Because she was 14 on Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
Yeah.
So
God
yeah,
damn.
get them kinky niggas the fuck out of here.
God damn it, yeah. But all right, man. Yeah, so get them nasty motherfuckers out of here, like you said.
And on to other things in music.
Yes, sir. Let's get into some other things. All right, guys. Let's talk about Chris Brown real quick.
Cool.
Every week with Chris, bro.
I love that comment, bro. That shit was hilarious to me. How can I be anti-Semitic? I'm Paru.
Yo, my nigga.
You know what's crazy? In his mind, that made perfect sense because I get it. Like, depending on if he really was with the set, the amount of knowledge that you had to do is like going through a fraternity. So like you learn a lot of spiritual shit. I can understand him saying that because like if he really like that and he knows where them words came from, the history of shit, yeah, he would know that even Africans were true Jews, not Jewish. So you wouldn't be able to be anti-Semitic if you recognize yourself as a Jew.
Yeah.
So I get where I get where he's coming from if that's what he meant. The funny thing about it is, even though he's right, I know for a fact he don't know what the fuck he said. I know for a fact he got right by accident, and that's what's funny.
Yo, this nigga stupid. Yo, he said,
That's the thing. Because I know he's not. I know he's not really up on that. Because he didn't start saying that shit until he was an adult, and he's been an entertainer since he was 13 himself.
Yeah.
I know. Even though he right in saying it, he has no idea what it means.
To a certain degree, I think Chris is well knowledgeable about certain shit. I do think though, Chris is fucking yo. What I love about Chris trolled the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
I believe this was more like a troll. Like
Exactly. That's what I mean. I don't think he meant it in the way I just explained it. That's why it's funny.
Yeah, like no. He meant it, and then because see, this is my thing too, though. And I don't and once again, I don't think he's anti-Semitic. I don't think Kyrie's anti-Semitic. I think the Jewish people, once someone comes out and says something that they don't agree with, it doesn't align with their chakras of their aura of what they think is right for them, then it's no, they're anti-Semitic. No, what the fuck? So that means all y'all some nigga haters. Some of y'all done said some black shit about black people at one point.
That's because that's kind of what it is once you become so culturally engraved that because like people misunderstand the term prejudice versus racist. You're not racist. Yes, racist is just when you believe your people are superior to other people.
Yep.
So even if they don't mean nobody else harm, if they look down on other people, that is still racism versus prejudice, which is to have a disdain for you with it. I don't think they have prejudice. I don't think they give a fuck about the other races. They just like not ours.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where the disconnect comes in. They're willing to say whatever about the other ones because they don't really give a fuck, even if they don't feel it. That's the reason why they still create the argument of white versus black. Really, it's not a negative to say, yeah, y'all niggas have control of most of the power of money in the world right now because y'all were willing to lend. Most cultures were not. You taxed dollars. Like, you guys did that when other people weren't. So now y'all have leverage against most people when it comes to financial power. That is not anti-Semitic. We're submitting that somehow in the grand scheme of the world, y'all got a leg up on everybody else because y'all played it in a way that nobody else wanted to. That's not anti-Semitic. That's not saying something negative. That's a truthful statement. That's a truthful statement of the place of the planet right now. But saying it in a sense that, yo, you set this stuff in play, like, they don't want to take ownership of the negative side of that lending. So once you point out the negative side explicitly, you come across as anti-Semitic because you can give us all the flowers, but don't talk bad about our people.
But you know what I hate is anybody who uses, oh, you're just racist, you're just anti-Semitic. Like, give me the reason why you think I'm that before just saying I'm that.
Because
like,
that's
if you give me that reason, and then that's why you think I'm that, I can fuck with that. Then I can tell you my side. But if you just say I'm that without giving me a point, like, no, like, just if I disagree with someone who's Jewish or black, it's not because I don't like either. I disagree with what you're saying.
You know what it is, bro? It's like when you give me 1 second, bro. I got you. When you putting that those type of labels on people's names, you got to come correct with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, don't because some of those shits is hard to come back from.
But that's the reason why they do it. They don't want to win the argument. They want to stain you so nothing you can say is right from that point. They're literally trying to forego the intellectual bandwidth it would take to find out if you really are racist. Put that on you, so now anybody who sides with them already has you persona non grata. It's one of the main reasons why I was okay with Joe not talking on Diddy, especially since he knows Diddy personally. But I also am not okay with it if you go back to things that he's openly admitted already, because you already said if he's even 1% guilty, lock him up. So, like, I get why you wouldn't want to talk about it, but once you go through your memory bank, you know what you need to say. And that's them. They don't want to go through their memory bank to say if this actually sticks. They just want to go to what they want to assume it is to discount whatever thought you put into the disagreement.
Fact. That's right, man. My boy's cooking today, yo.
I don't think
I know better than to think that even though I know how a group of people would usually think or usually react, to assume that this one person doesn't have independent thought. Because there's still people who think for themselves regardless of whatever they're inclined to. I got to give them a chance to show that they thought about it on their own and it still made sense.
Facts. But so yeah, man. You know, I just think that it's bad. Stop throwing those type of labels on us, you know what I'm saying? Just for saying one thing. We be out here, we be just having fun, just like y'all have fun, y'all joke around, y'all shit about us. Like,
if you're not smart enough to argue, shut the fuck up. If you're not actually smart enough to argue, shut the fuck up.
It's like that Twitter shit, just throwing labels at people. Like,
we can actually bicker it out. We can name call and all that. But once you try to stain the argument, you just wanted me to be wrong. You don't care if you right.
Yeah. You're not being faithful in your argument.
Yeah. If you're not actually able to have the debate, shut up. Don't start it with somebody who's clearly willing to talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's go ahead, stay. We got a lot of music shit that we got covered today. Speaking about some more music, people. T.I., two incidents happening over the last week, right?
Yeah.
No beers, no sections.
T.I. is that nigga.
Nothing. Where do you guys want to start? You want to start with that, or do you want to start with T.I. and his son King?
T.I. is still the king of the South. That's all I'm saying. T.I. is still the king of the South, and that's coming from a nigga from Texas. He is. He is. He still is. That's all. That's my input on both scenarios. He's still the king.
After he did that rant outside that venue, I'm like, that's T.I. I like.
Yes.
That's
he let his son pop crazy. He let his son pop crazy. Then put him right under the wing. Ain't nothing you can do with me. I love that. I love that.
Nah. Listen, man. T.I. for me, T.I. is one of those guys who always, like it's not a persona that he puts on when he gets inside the booth. You know what I'm saying? And he's really like that. You feel me?
He ran up on
Like,
Floyd Mayweather.
Got punched and was still talking
Not even
shit.
thinking
I'm with
twice.
it.
Yo,
Dog.
what
that
it
is
is?
true.
You look at the tiny, what it is?
Bro, I love it. That's what I'm saying. He really like that. He
Yeah,
really like
that's
that.
how I see
I
it.
fuck with Tip. I fuck with Tip hard. And
How
even the
close,
way
bro?
he talked, he never dropped the dialect even when he was mad.
Mm-hmm.
Not no drinks, not no section.
No beers, no
Beer.
sections, no money, no money.
No money. He said, now you talk to somebody, tell him, give me mine.
That nigga,
He said,
bro,
give me mine. He said,
they
and if you
changed
can't do it,
they changed the flyer to hosted by T.I. And like they said, not a dollar got made by the people promoting. They changed the flyer. They actually included. Now it is hosted by T.I. He like it was too late. The tickets were sold.
That's
yo,
hilarious.
that is crazy, son. Like, yo, T.I. is a real nigga for that, though. Like, yo, because
No, that
as an artist, you know, you wouldn't want somebody to be trying to make money off of your fucking name, and then because a lot of things can go wrong with that.
yeah.
One, us as a consumer, we know when these artists appear in these little venues and stuff like that, especially if they're being advertised, they're being paid for this.
Yeah.
You know, unless an artist just pop up in the club, you know what I'm saying? He just pop up over there. That's different. You feel me? But when you're being hosted, when you're being advertised as the host or the promoter, whatever the case may be, you gotta get paid for that shit. So now
Yep.
so then now automatically your fans, especially your hardcore fans, especially people out there in ATL or wherever the place is at, you know, T.I. is a big figure, I would say, in the US. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say more like globally, but I know in the US we definitely fuck with Tip. I don't know what his global fan base is like that, but that's neither here nor there, you know. So anyway, you know that Tip is about to be hosting something that night. You're gonna go through because you're gonna hope that he may come on the stage, grab the mic, do like 1 or 2 joints real quick, you know.
Yeah.
He gonna have the crowd lit because the DJ is gonna want to make sure it's lit because Tip is there. You feel me?
And it's
So
gonna be a predominantly Tip set, of course.
exactly. So now everybody is gonna want to. Your price is gonna go up. So yeah, give me mine, my nigga. Like, what's up? Nah, and I ain't
I'm
getting
not
none of
mad.
this. I ain't know about that.
I'm not mad at Tip doing it. I will say this. There's a lot of cities that do exactly that, and because they don't mention the name of the person on the flyer, the people realize the person's not coming. They just do that to make the flyer look good.
Yeah.
Like New York, they'll put whoever on the fucking flyer.
They put model vixens all over these flyers too.
Bro, Melissa Ford has been on
They're
more
not at the
mixtape
club.
covers than there have been actual mixtapes that she got paid for. Like, I've seen Melissa Ford on so much. Bro, I'll give you this. Sometimes the owner of
all the time.
Yeah, sometimes the owner of the image is the reason of that, because if the photographer doesn't sell you the image, they have the right to profit off of it, and they can tax you for profiting off of their image. So they'll sell an image, or a publication will sell an image or put it on public domain, and that's where people will just start ripping these model pictures from. So like it'll be stuff in Maxim, it'll be stuff in Playboy, it'll be stuff in the King magazines. Because it's publication, they're just cutting it out and putting it somewhere, and that picture already exists somewhere else prior to social media. In New York, they do that all the fucking time. But I don't know if Atlanta is like that, but it's definitely like that here in Dallas. If we don't see a name or we don't see them post it, we know better. But that's just how the flyers are made to look, because they used to make them just like the old Dat Piff mixtape covers.
Yeah. And like growing up with that, like you just assume that, you know, unless the name is there. Unless you got like a solid confirmation, you just assume it's a cover or flyer. You don't like really look at it like it's serious.
But that's also why I'm not mad at T.I. doing it, because they didn't say he was gonna be there. But it's just lit to see him flex muscle in his hometown. Like, okay, I'm really like that while I'm at home.
Also, he's been there for like 20 years. You can't play with his name anymore. You know, this is not
like,
15 years ago where he's trying to come up and he just throws pictures.
Yeah, for real.
You know,
I like to see when the OGs actually get treated and move like they have OG ability. I loved when I saw Nas just in the middle of the Harlem Dykeman Park shooting around. He missed the first shot, so they gave him a second one. Like, I love that they love him like that. So I love seeing T.I. having the ability to put his foot down.
Nah,
he put his
facts.
foot down and around the corner, that motherfucker.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I
Yo,
replayed that
yo,
video like 10 times.
Yeah,
Bro,
treat-
he look, you know what T.I. did? He basically drew the line in the sand and dared them niggas to cross it. Like, y'all
Because more
not
than
crossing
likely
this
them was New York promoters. Because more than likely them was out of town promoters. Because most niggas know some cities you still have to check in. Atlanta, you still have to check in.
Nah, even like all right, Atlanta's one of them. Detroit is one of them. New Yorkers used to be one of them, but not so much anymore because like it depends on who you know.
Detroit fucked up
and
now.
where
They
you
don't
going.
really check in no more because they don't respect Trick like they used to.
Nah,
Too many people started making money without Trick, and this is coming from people that I know in the streets of Detroit that don't talk about him. So, like, if you an OG and you want to be around like the Royce era people, yes, you still check in with people through Trick. If you're finna touch down with the younger gen, like niggas like Yachty and them out there, oh no, you ain't got to talk to nobody because they on different sides of the town.
Yeah. It's a different crowd.
Yeah, so like there's an avenue without having to touch down with the OGs. It's only if you want to touch down with the OGs and be in that area. If you want to do like SOBs type crowds, yeah, you better fucking talk to Trick.
oh yeah.
So yeah, let me correct myself there. It's just not it's just not persona non grata if you don't touch down because there's a whole gang of niggas who don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah, that's true. And it also just depends on, I guess, like certain locations in certain cities and shit.
Yeah,
too.
the venue also makes a big difference too.
Yeah.
Facts. If you touch down in Flint, yeah, you ain't gotta talk to Trick. But if you're going anywhere near Motor City Hall, yeah, you better talk to Trick. But yeah, let me correct myself there. You right.
All right, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and keep it moving, man. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about for T.I.
More of that, please. I don't more of that on camera, please. Because like Damian Fine, King needs more of that on camera.
Throw his kid in the army or something. Just give him boot camp.
Man, they threw him in Waffle House and they didn't beat him straight. I don't know if it can be fixed.
That's a fact, though. I don't know how they ain't get him
Yo,
out of
he
there.
really said, "Ma, let me stand on business." Like
he said, "Let me." He gonna talk to your mama. How you gonna let him talk to me like that, bro? Turn the camera off.
Bro, using crazy slang in front of your mom is crazy.
Bro, he knew it was going left already. Why did he keep going? He in the headlock with the phone still recording.
You ain't finna do nothing. No fear, no Texas.
Yeah.
Bro. I'm standing on
you ain't getting no toys for Christmas. Nothing.
Nothing, my nigga.
Nah,
don't ever
classic.
I want my gifts.
Bro, facts. Standing on business. You can't even stand up.
Word, motherfucker. Yo, can you breathe right now, actually? How about that? Choke your little ass out.
Oh,
but all right, man. So let's
what else on the docket?
Yo, my bad. Yo, the best part is someone posted like videos of his other two sons, and one does like the rapping thing, you know, like the cool rapping shit. He's doing his flow. The other kid plays guitar and some shit. They're just like cool looking motherfuckers. Then you got King, and you're like,
Damien, the oldest one with the long dreads, that boy can rap. Damien can rap.
Yeah, you got that vibe too. He's like very cool, like very like chick songs oriented and shit.
It's Jack Harlow with the right amount of flavor to it.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't come off corny or like he's trying to do it for like for spins.
But it's actually got the sauce correct.
Yeah.
Nah,
what else on the docket though?
I don't really know about his kids' music like that though.
Neither of them make as much noise as King. They not ignorant. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why they're not like everywhere. You know, they're not doing ignorant shit.
Only see when he does some dumb shit.
Yeah, let me correct myself. He's not wilding out for the attention. He's letting the art do its thing at whatever rate he do it, and he don't ask his dad for help.
No,
what else we got on the docket?
They're standing on business.
Yes, he is.
All right, man. So, Benny, listen. All right, we gotta talk about levels of pettiness.
Nasty work. Nah, this is nasty work.
Yeah. This is
see.
This is the shit that used to fly in the 50 Cent era, but it's not cool no more.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it was just like a picture. Like, it could mean nothing. It could mean everything. And then also, she's not even like, she's not even attractive. Not even like Rick Ross's baby mama was when 50 did that shit. But 50 did it funny. He's like, yo, buying baby mama mink coats. That shit's funny,
like
Yeah,
like it's like when Treyway was fucking around with Takashi's baby mama, because Takashi's baby mama not cute either.
yeah.
It was just funny how they had her up.
Yeah.
This wasn't a funny picture because he looked like he trying to be cool with her. Y'all just beat her up last month.
Yeah, they fought each other exactly. Like, like.
Did you give her chain back when you took the picture, nigga? Like, what this? Nah, this ain't it. That's not it. Yeah, this is when trying to make somebody else look bad goes too far. Like, have y'all seen that episode where Cartman was trying to do his best to make Butters look bad? Then the very last idea he had was to put Butters' dick in his mouth.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
This is exactly what Benny's doing. Because now he's dick sucking.
It's not a good look for Benny to me. It's not a good look for Benny.
Analogy.
That's the exact equivalent of this. Benny went from okay, you jumped him, you beat him up, you took his baby mama's chain. You're doing everything to make yourself look tougher than Freddie. Good job so far. Now you've gone a step too far. Now you're sucking dick.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't give no extra points to Benny for this.
Now he's not the one that looks bad. Now he's not the one who looks bad.
Also, it's not like someone caught them and they took a picture or video of them. It's like they did it for the gram or the Twitter. So it's like
they posing and shit.
That's just, and she every time I see her face, I'm just like, oh.
You could tell she just one that would have. That's the reason why I've never seen her next to Freddie. That's why I've never seen her next to Freddie. That's what it basically is.
Yo, man, rappers, bro. I tell you, some of these rappers,
dog. Because like these niggas too old for that shit, bro. Them niggas my age. They both 32. They are too old for this.
I feel you on that, my nigga. They definitely are. Because that's a fucking, like I said, it's petty. And it's really like, yo, you take an L for that one, because like Freddie ain't even bothering you, my nigga. Like Freddie over there just chilling, like, you know what I mean? Drop one
when
of my
Freddie
favorite
let it go, because Freddie don't let shit go. He's still beefing with academics. When Freddie let it go, you drag.
I mean, they already had that brawl. He had the spat with baby moms. That shit when that shit was there for like a day or two. That was like 6 months ago. Like, we're over this shit.
In terms of the tough shit, you kind of already got the better of it in Freddie calling it a day. He's just focusing on making music now. You dragging it, and you don't even look cool.
Even if you put a caption up, like even if you put a caption up, I give her back the chain. They'd be like, oh, okay, that's funny, that's cool, whatever. But he's over there like,
yeah, he hiding his face like, come on, bro.
Yeah, he's hiding his face, for like.
You want to show that you hanging with her, but you don't want nobody to see you hanging with her. Where y'all at? That's what I want to ask. Where was this picture taken? Was this her block or your block? Because if it's her block, you hide your face.
At the same time, but that's the picture they posted, and she posted it on her thing, I think. So.
See, yeah, they on her block.
Yeah,
they on her block. That's why he hiding his face.
And you know what though? What I really don't like about this shit though is because this is not what I want from Benny though.
Exactly. This is an L for him.
I want good quality music. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be barring these niggas up. I don't want him to be out here doing this.
I want Benny and Freddie to make more music together. I
would love for that to happen. What? Yo,
I put it like this.
They got like 3 or 4 records together, right?
Yes. Fuck all the jumping, fuck the baby mama shit. If they had did more of what their problem was behind a microphone, I'd say beef till the cows come home.
I don't
laugh at each other enough.
I don't see them ever getting like, licking up again, because one, West Side and Freddie apparently had a fight in the studio one time, and then he had a problem with Benny. They had a brawl. I don't see that happening. I mean, I think I would like that. I want to see that, but
yeah, I know they won't. I'm just saying, like, if they gonna be forever, I want it to be on wax like Yo Gotti and Dolph.
Just throw shit on the couple subliminals here and there.
I want the music.
Some
Like
slick shit.
I like when I get a new Drake Kanye diss. I like when I get a new Pusha Drake this. I like when it goes to the music when it comes to niggas that talented, because we're gonna get a great song from it.
Mm-hmm.
But all they doing is actual nigga shit. Y'all ain't even rapping that often. It's not working for me anymore.
Listen, there's a lot of niggas really doing a lot of things too often, but still being at the top of the business.
Word. Word.
And then Benny's like, just enjoy the music, don't criticize us. And you're doing this shit.
No, okay. Put out some music detailing these events. Let's see how we not criticize it, because we won't click play.
Yeah,
yo, listen, y'all, we getting close to the end of the year. You know that, right? So, do you think Uncle Murder's gonna drop another one? Because he said he's done.
Never gonna miss it. I think he's never gonna miss it. I think he's gonna drop it New Year's Day.
Yo, I can't wait for this.
I think he dropped a new one too.
You know, it'd be really cool if Skills and Uncle Murder did one together.
I would love that. I would love them to go back and forth on some knowing Cormega shit.
Yeah,
I would love for that to happen, or even Nas and AZ.
Yes, I would like both them going back and forth like 4 to 8 balls at a time, the calendar year. I'd love that.
That'd be fire as fuck, my nigga. Especially because Skills just bring a different element to the. Because what Uncle Murder's is, what we look for Uncle Murder is for him to also to remember to remind us of some of the shit that happened, but to do it in a comedic way.
Yeah.
Like some of the shit, like, cause even some of the things, of course, like he gives his RIP shout outs to everybody who had passed during that we lost, but he also does it like in a humorous way though, like, so everything. So that's why I think people gravitated more towards his wrap up as opposed to Mad Skills, with Mad Skills is just
because Uncle Murder's more over the top, so it sounds funnier, Skills though is doing it funny too, but he's just doing it slick and low,
Yeah,
so if you put them together,
Skills is more lyrically better than him.
Yes, and the opposites attract is gonna be great.
Yeah, the yin and yang does work out because the personality will bring them out. Then people who don't know that Skills is nice will get introduced to it from an outlet that they both already comfortable in.
Yeah, that should be fun.
The hard part would just be deciding on if they really gonna go back and forth who gets to pick the beat, because they would also do something very different there.
Or why not have
I think they do a compromise there. I think the only thing that matters is the lyrics. They go back and forth on some topics and shit.
I'd like for the beat to switch then. I would like for Uncle Murder to go ahead and set off all the funny meme based stuff, then let Skills do all the serious stuff and the RIPs after the beat switch
out. The beat switch flip right there, and then you know what? And I would like for at the end of it for both of them to go back and forth for let Uncle Murder get like a nice little 48 bars real quick. You know what I'm saying, to do his shit.
48 bars.
I can see them doing. I can see them doing something.
No, because listen, remember Uncle Murder shit. Sometime my nigga, his shit be fucking like 12, 13 minutes long.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can see them making a movement of it. Remember how Dame did 300 bars and running when he did the 360 and it was over multiple different beats?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking they can do here. Like, they both get their individual segment. Murder gets his funny part where he does all the memes that we expect. Skills doing the serious part, like the RIP wrap-ups and stuff, and then another switch at the end where they going back and forth, getting the rest of it out the way.
Exactly.
I can see that happening because they normally do take about 10 minutes, 10 to 15.
Let DJ Green Lantern cut it up. Let him be the DJ.
Facts. That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
That'd be nasty.
Because he gaps everybody, the underground, the street shit.
Yeah. See now I think we're asking for more than we're gonna get, and we're gonna be sad.
I can hope.
Disappointment. Like, that's not what we asked for. We asked for this specifically. Like, nigga, we ain't nobody told you that was gonna happen.
Fact. We fantasy booking. Don't believe us.
Facts.
Yeah. All right, y'all. But yeah, so I just had that quick question for you guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and move right along, man. Because today is my lady's birthday, so I gotta go ahead and get to her real quick. But let's go ahead and get to me. And my man Jordan's out there freezing his dick off. So we gotta get him. That's Igloo J.
Igloo Dick.
I'm chilling right now.
All right,
That
cool.
man used to working in this kind of weather.
Let's get to this Lenny Kravitz real quick. Lenny Kravitz says that black media doesn't really acknowledge him, and he's never even been invited to events such as BET Awards or Source Awards show. Real quick, let me just say this, because I'm pretty sure Dan's probably going to go man real quick. But I think Lenny Kravitz not being invited to some shit, you know what I'm saying, as far as BET is definitely disrespectful. Let's just go ahead and start with that. He is a black figure. Whether or not, if people want to say he's watered down, whatever case it be, he's conformed to the white people style, like whatever, he's only like acknowledged by them. Whatever the arguments are with him, you know.
That's crazy.
No, they say some wild shit about him, bro. Like, and it's like, yo, my nigga, like,
I don't believe that he's never been invited, because my mama loved the fuck out of some pretty wings, and they all think that light skinned, long haired nigga is attractive. I don't believe none of
that shit. You don't believe he's never been invited to?
He's never been invited.
Let me ask you a question though. Do you think he is celebrated enough, or at least talked about a lot? And when it comes to black culture and by our black media,
he has a point there. I think he has a point that he's a very underrated artist in general. I think he doesn't feel the same love that other neo soul artists like him normally feel, and it took him a while to even be introduced into the neo soul conversation properly. However, to say that he's never been invited, I have a hard time believing that, because no, like that's like saying Jimi Hendrix is appreciated properly because he's not in the same space. But every black person knows who this person is. No, I don't believe that he's never been invited. Because if nobody was going to invite him, it would have been people like Soul Train, just because of the fact that he's neo soul.
Mm-hmm.
I think him saying that is the same equivalent of if Drake gets to the point of where he only goes overseas saying hip hop never accepted him. I think he'd be lying. I think he's seeing it from that he didn't get enough of it, so he doesn't acknowledge what he got.
Yeah, I see that. Someone made the point, like a lot of these artists get invited to stuff, but then they just don't want to go for whatever reason.
And then when you're ready to go,
yeah,
exactly. They got invited and said no at some point. Then when they were ready to come, the invite didn't come, so they don't acknowledge the time they said no.
It's like that meme, you know. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna come out, but I want to be invited.
Yes, like, see what I'm saying?
You can't have it both ways, bro.
They would have put the camera on your light-skinned ass all night.
Yo, Lenny Kravitz at the BET Awards is fire.
Bro, they would have loved to just pan to you smiling at somebody singing some shit. They would have played one of your records just because you.
Yo, Lenny Kravitz has a house in Brazil with no Wi-Fi, chilling. He's making like wood furniture. This guy's living the life. What the fuck he cares about BET Awards?
That man is afraid that man was expecting to get invited out last year when they called him pretty knees for that twerking shit he did. This is what's gonna make him invite me, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
This is what the youth like, right? This is what the youth like.
He did the good knees challenge first. He thought, oh no, they gotta bring me back. That's my move.
That's crazy.
But yeah, man. But yeah, so shout out to Lenny Kravitz. And also I do want to say fuck BET though, anyways, though. Because
yo, I heard that he got invited to BET and he was like, I want to get away. I had to say that, I'm sorry.
That was actually not bad. That's not bad. Hey, I'll say this. I'm mad at BET as a whole network. I am not mad at the guy who does the award show hosting, the guy who puts the shows together. That guy's doing outstanding work. The network as itself, though, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, like, especially when it comes to the nomination of certain awards, my nigga, like,
yes.
Bro, I would never fucking acknowledge your award show as credible that you have a Jack Harlow fucking record nominated before you have the likes of somebody like Nas or Killer Mike or anybody else who has dropped records. But that's neither here nor there. No, that's here right now. Fuck you, BET Awards, my nigga. Y'all stupid ass fucking credibility and shit.
I loved the Jack Man album. It was a really good rap album. It was something I didn't know Jack Harlow could do. I'm not hating on that album because I thought Jack Harlow was just an industry plant that could not really rap until I heard that project. But putting it over the Killer Mike project is crazy. That is nuts. That is nuts.
putting it over the Nas project this year is indeed nuts. I'm not even saying it didn't deserve its nomination, but the people that were left out of the circle are crazy.
Yeah.
It's the people you left out for that album that makes it nuts. Because it's better than a lot of the shit that it beat. I'm not mad that it won, but to ignore the other people who are nominated does not make sense.
No, he didn't win no BT award.
No, I'm saying like I'm saying like correction because I know he didn't win it. My bad. I'm saying if it had won, I would not have been mad because it is better than a lot of stuff that's there. But they still left out shit that was better than the shit that was nominated. So it being on the list even to lose over these guys is nuts.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
1,000%. My fault. I jumbled myself up. I'm like, wait a minute.
No, you're right. You good, man. You go. I knew that's right what you meant.